Hey guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be taking a look at the NECA Ultimate Edition Striker Eureka that was released in, I think, early 2016. And to start off, we'll take a look at the box here. As you can see, it says Striker Eureka. It's got the combat specs, basically, of the Jaeger on the side here. It says Pacific Rim. It's got a really cool kind of artistic style image of Striker Eureka on the front there, and then it just says Pacific Rim on the bottom. On the side, we just got more of the same kind of design. It says Striker Eureka. In the back, it has some more like artistic, like paintings almost of Striker Eureka, and then some of the features that he has. Same on this side. Same on the top. Bottom is just companies and things. And then this one actually has a window. And you can open it up right there. It's Velcroed. And on the inside, you got kind of like a scan of the Jaeger, which is pretty sweet looking. Kind of like schematic-y almost. And then this is where the figure would be sitting, is in here. And then it's got like a city background, and then it's water down here, kind of like a Jaeger, almost like a launching bay kind of theme. And that's pretty cool. It's got like a little cart right there and down there. But, yep, that's the box. Now we have Striker Eureka itself. Like I said, this is the Ultimate Edition. There was a regular edition that came out way back when, but this is a updated and more detailed figure than the original one, so we'll just kind of take a look at all the detail here really quick. And as you can see, there is a lot of detail put into just the appearance of this Jaeger. We even have the little bulldog sticker on his chest up there, bulldog biting the missile. And his little etchings right there, all of the little lines and such that are sculpted all over him. Head looks really cool. Just everything about him is very highly detailed, very nicely sculpted in. Everything looks great on him. He looks really nice. NECA did a really good job at capturing his image in this re-released figure. Everything looks awesome. So, that's what he looks like. And then the paint scheme is just like this blue-gray all over. And he's got all the yellow and red highlights. It's applied pretty cleanly. There's not really any spots that are applied bad on mine. There might be some with some paint misses here and there. But other than that, he's got paint in all the spots that count. Obviously, it's not going to be 100% movie accurate, but it does look good for what they got on there. And then articulation on him is pretty good. The arms will move kind of like this, and they will rotate around and move right there. They kind of move a little bit in the spot that they're connected to, and then they're on kind of like a hinge. That'll spin. We'll move in and out right here, and then obviously bend. And then his hands are on hinge right there, so you can kind of go in and spin around. And, well, his back fell off. So these two pieces come off in the box. You have to put them on yourself, but it's pretty easy to match them up because they have this little groove right there, and then you just match it up. So you can't get the wrong one. on the side, unless you really force it, but you just kind of just stick them in. They hold in pretty good. But for his torso, it will kind of swivel back and forth and around, and then it'll rotate up here and right there at kind of his waist, so you can get him to turn around pretty good. His head is on a kind of like a ball joint. You can get it to kind of look around pretty well. It's pretty stiff though, and there's not a whole lot of space to move it because he's in kind of like a sunken head. And then on his arms, he has his blades that come out like this on both sides, so you can have him using his little knife blades. And then, like I said, they do come out on both sides. If I can get this one to come out, it might be stuck. But I don't want to move that one too much because everything about this figure is made really high quality, except for these knife blades. They are really, really cheap and flimsy plastic. And then on this one, if I can get it to focus on it, that line right there is actually where mine started to break. So I don't really like to move that one out very much because I don't want that to break. I don't even know how that happened, but the stinger blades are really flimsy, so I'll be super careful with those. And then they'll just kind of go back up into his arm like that. His legs are on kind of like these hinges down here, and they'll go in and out, and then they'll go forward and backwards like that. And then his knee is kind of like the same system. It bends about that much, and then we'll rotate. And then his ankles are kind of like ball joints, so you can get him to go up and down and around just about any way you want. But his articulation is pretty good. Lots of movement, no surprise from NECA. So next we'll get into his accessories. So for his first accessory, he comes with the nuclear payload from the end of the movie. And with this, that has all these vents on the top and bottom that you can spread out and arrange in whichever way you want. And the way you attach this is it has a little peg right there. So all you have to do is line it up with this hole right here that's in his back. And you kind of just slip it on in there. And then that stays on there pretty good. It's a little tight, a little bit of a tight fit the first time you put it on. But after that, you can get it in a little easier, and then it stays in there really well. So now you can have him with the nuclear payload, and that looks pretty cool with him having it on there. And then the next accessory is actually missiles for his chest. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to take this original chest off, and you just got to grab it by the edge and take it off, just like that. And then he comes with this other chest that you just insert with these two pegs into his chest right there. Same way the other one came off. And once you get them lined up, it should just go in like that. Nice, good fit. And this is detailed really nicely. Has really good textures all over on the inside, and then it's painted to where it looks kind of like worn out in there from like the mechanisms moving around. And then you get these missiles with them. You get 3 missiles, they're all kind of different lengths, and you kind of just take the flame end and stick them in the holes whichever way you want. And they kind of just sit in there like that. So you can have him shooting off his missiles, because the way to beat kaiju is not to shoot them with missiles, but to build giant robots and then shoot them with missiles. So there you have that. That's a neat little accessory he comes with. I really like that. He's fun to display with the missile shooting off. But next, we'll just do some size comparisons so you guys can see how big he looks next to some other stuff. So here's Striker Eureka next to the NECA Burning Godzilla and NECA Godzilla 2014. And as you can see, the Jaeger is significantly taller than the Godzilla NECA figures that have been released. He's about over 7 inches tall, so he towers over him a little bit. But it still looks pretty good next to each other. I don't have any problems with this. It's just that it's a bigger scale. So what are you gonna do? Here he is next to some SH Monster Arts figures. The Godzilla is a little shorter than him, but the King Ghidorah is a lot larger. This looks pretty good too. Just some more figures so you guys can see how big it is. And then finally, we just have some regular Bandai 6-inch Godzilla vinyls. And as you can see, he's just towers over everything. This figure is very tall for anything around this scale. So overall, the NECA Ultimate Striker Eureka is a really nice figure for the price, which is only about $24. I would definitely recommend, if you guys can go and find one of these, just go and pick it up. I found this at my local mall at FYE, and you can find them in comic book shops and all over Amazon and eBay. They're not difficult to find right now because they still came out this year, but after a little while they are going to be more difficult to find. They're going to go up in price like the original Jaegers that came out. So I would definitely recommend go pick up one of these right now if you think the figure is awesome like I did. And as always, you guys have a great day.